Welcome to the Life Lessons channel. Today we will go over teachings from the Holy Bible, New Testament. Continuation. In Matthew 19:5-6, Jesus said, "For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let no man put asunder." Some of this verse we covered, but "and they twain shall be one flesh, wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh." What this verse refers to is that the covenant of marriage is a beautiful, holy, and joyful union that God created for his children to enjoy, prosper, and live joyful lives, multiplying and creating a harmonious family unit. As you can see in God's wording, it says that God intended for the men and women entering this holy union to become a one body, one whole. This signifies that God created the marriage and the sacred act of ultimate love to be experienced between a man and a woman after the decision in the act of marriage, not prior and not during dating and nor engagement, but after they marry each other, after the ceremony of marriage, when they agree and commit to each other in the act of marriage. Everything in God's creation has a deeper meaning and value. And when that order is altered, when that order is somehow broken, the beauty and the holiness of God's creation also is altered. And what does that then mean for us humans? Well, what occurs then is that we as humans start experiencing hurt, detachment, and arguments. Why? Well, because if we do not understand and respect the union as it was created, what do we as humans do? Humans that were born with sin. We take this holy, carefully and with care created act that we are only allowed to engage in after marriage in that kind of deep, intimate level. And what do we humans do? Not me per se, but the human race, excluding some of us who do not. We engage in it right and left when we feel like it. Nowadays, even with the same gender. Whereas this holy act was created for only one specific purpose, to have a sacred act of love, bringing two people even closer who have fallen in love and decided to spend a lifetime together. That was the reward, to make this act of commitment rewarded in such a way that two humans can be willing to go through long years together and never have the willingness to sin in that regard. But since the humans once again rebelled against their creator and have given into their fleshly desires by breaking this holy act and engaging in this act with others during dating, during engagement, sometimes even being unfaithful by engaging in this act outside of marriage, what they have done was they decreased the value and the high calling of this act. And what did that lead them into? Well, that led them into emptiness, brokenness, hurt, disagreements, pain, shame, disengagement from the spouse, and also the higher possibility of this act then being committed again outside of a new relationship. Because in human sinful, fleshly nature, if sin is committed once and or twice, then the evil creates chains on the humans. And through those chains, the sinful act continues, which then enslaves the human soul. That is why Jesus warned us, let your yes be yes and your no be no. Because what does Satan love doing most? It is deception, and through that, enslaving the human soul. Therefore, please repent, Find Jesus Christ, who is the only one who can free us from the strongholds and the chains of the enemy and lead us to freedom, complete joy, peace, and eternal salvation. We have an enemy who is real, who is roaming amongst us to steal, kill, and destroy. And we also have a Father who loves, cares, is near, and is calling us home. Repent and come home. Love you guys.